Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over in the wishlist account. This is day 12 still. Made a little bit of progression, so we were stuck at 19-4. Finally got through that stage, guys. Pushed all the way to 2016, so made a ton of progression through here. The big thing in here was I actually used Leica. So I did swap some around. I used some crowd control, used some honestly, the bare minimum version of Leica combined with Ivan, Daimon, and then of course Orin made a big difference. We also do have Brutus in here as the barrier. Now getting into chapter 20, kind of interesting to see, because at this point, guys, we've opened up a couple different game modes, including finally it is the Temple Rift. That is right, guys. We are in the Temple Rift right now. Haven't started it, but I want to see exactly what we can do. And as you can see, guys, changing this combination up a little bit gave us the ability to get through here. And I want to get, again, I want to do some summons, because right now we still do have the Graveborn summons up, and we got 20 scrolls. That is right, guys. We got 20 of these Graveborn faction scrolls. Now, unfortunately, they do not yield the Awakened Heroes. So I wish, guys, that there would be a point that we actually update this to include the Awakened Heroes. But remember, we need Ivan and we need Daimon. Those are the two that we're still looking for. So I am hoping Bag's maximum capacity has been reached. I think we're literally maxed out in its entirety, guys. I want to try not to spend too many diamonds in here, because we still got to save enough to get our double summons. But literally, we're maximum capacity on here, and I don't think we have any heroes to build out. So again, 2 summons in here. Fingers crossed, Ivan or Daimon, guys, that we're going to see either of them in here. Number 2 gives us an elite, and it is Daimon. There we go, guys. So that is going to be the gateway hero that we're going to build out. So there is Daimon. Now moving over here, we have 2 summons out of here as well. Anyone that we can pull in here. Now remember, we want to get these heroes up to Ascended. There is a copy of Scarlet. So all right, we'll take a copy of Scarlet. Also gives us some red chest, which means we might be able to get Daimon up pretty soon, but we know Orin is in the exact same boat. Now we don't have any in there, and we don't have any summons in here. But with the power of Daimon, guys, that is right. We have hit the point. Boom. There is our double copies. And there is our first Ascended hero. That is right, guys. It takes him to the Ascension level, which I know at this point, again, we can't level him up anymore because of the pentagram. But where we're at, we just need one single hero to get him a little bit higher. And I'm thinking, congratulations, you've been able to unlock. And there is the first unlock, guys. If you guys remember this from so far and long ago, we'll go ahead and we'll invite Daimon in there. 13,000 Pokecoins already, guys. The room is looking sparse. Let's go in there and get a free summon. There we go. So we got a Graveborn one, a Maplewood Bed, which of course is going to increase his attack rating. This again is going to be a game changer, guys. Just for the simple fact, I must complete the tutorial first. There we go. Let's go ahead and save it. And he has his piece of furniture. Now looking in here, gift from friends. Looks like it's going to yield us a considerable amount, guys. There we go. There's the Graveborn. And then, of course, we want to build out these rooms. We could burn a little bit of diamonds in here, but I think I'm going to save those at this point. And then, of course, within the workshop, guys, we're going to have to fill out our wish list. We're going to do that actually in a little bit. But I'm not going to do any of the summons right now. We have 23,000 Pokecoins, which is kind of crazy to think that we already have that many. But I believe, again, according to the wish list, guys, that looking at Daimon, we are taking him to the 3 of 9 furniture. That is the build that we want to take him to. We're actually not going to move him any further than that, but the 3 of 9 is going to be the driving force. Solemn Vow, I believe it's going to give us a couple rewards in here, including some more emblems, including a couple more chests out of there, which is going to be awesome because those are going to be more essence. Well, we're stacking essence, guys. We haven't really hit an essence wall. We've hit more of a fast lack of hero wall. So there's a copy of Savius right there. But like I was saying earlier, guys, Temple Rift. So the Temple Rift is now open. As you can see, we've been pushing, leveled up my beacon to level 7. Wonder if we can take it a little bit higher. Not yet. But looking in here, I made it literally the only team that I have in here. As you can see, we have our level 1 artifact. And this is the only team that I have. We're going to go ahead and put our pet in here. So I'm hoping this is going to work. Honestly, I'm hoping with the auto battle. that we're going to have the ability to make and complete a couple levels in here. Because this is going to be a big loot income, guys. Not only the Misty Valley, where we did a lot of summons out of there, we got a ton of resources out of there. I feel like when we're stacking our relics behind this, we're going to be able to do incredibly well going through here, making sure, boom, next floor will not lose stability. But I'm thinking, again, in this game mode, that we're going to be able to farm up some chests. And I'm kind of curious at this point how fast or how far we can really push with Elite or Elite Plus. One Ascended Hero, one Mythic Hero at this point. Floors do, of course, not really a reason to get that, but that gives us loot. And out of here, again, this is going to be a lot of loot, guys. I'm going to be happy when we're moving through here, being able to make progression. Again, I think it's going to be super beneficial. And I want to see the loot that we're picking up on these trivial floors, guys. Look at the stacked loot. So we got 100 of these. Holy cow, that will take Daimon where we want him to. That also gave us 10 common scrolls, but we got 10 million gold out of there. Abyssal Expedition did also pop up with the hunting fields, which means free diamonds, guys. I am hoping to really make some solid progression now. I think with Daimon being built up, and there we go, guys, that takes him to 20. Now with the 20, that is where we're building Daimon. Again, kind of referring to our wish list, but Daimon is going to stay at 20. We're actually taking Orin up to a plus 20 as well. Then we're doing some engraving, some furniture on him. So I'm going to burn some of these resources in here just to get him a little bit stronger, because plus 20, again, ideally where we want to build him out. And then, of course, we did pull those 10 common scrolls. Maybe it's going to be the first time that we see our awakened heroes, guys. And it is an elite, which is a copy of Grez. Okay, that's pretty good. I know a lot of players were kind of on the fence with building out Grez. We're still looking for Ivan, which there is Theoin, again, still looking for Ivan in this formation. But I don't believe that gives us any more resources to do the summons. But again, I'm thinking with Daimon, I'm thinking with the heroes that we have, with the resources we have, we could probably take him higher if we build some of the other factions out, because that combination of Scarlet, see, we only have one. Light Bears, we don't have anyone to build. In here, again, we don't have 2 Elite Plus copies. We have Trishia in here, but again, we wanted to save up some more resources to get Orin. And then here we do have 4 copies here, which again, we could use some of the other food. But that is only going to give us an Elite Plus, but we could get the Elite Plus in there, taking it to 160, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the food that we have in here. And again, looking at this, I'm going to use actually double copies of Savannah. That's going to save the rest of them with Naru. That is going to give us Naru. And this is really the way to do it, guys. We literally just go back and forth with the heroes that we have in here. So looking at Naru, we'll take him up to 160. Gives us the ability to take Daimon, just need some resources to build him up higher. But that gives us 160 across the board for all these here on the Resonating Crystal. Then, of course, the Union is there, but Resonating Crystal will unlock 1 slot. And that is going to put him back in there, but at 160, not at the 140. Now in here, because I've already made my progression in these 2 towers, guys, I'm thinking I'm going to swap. There we go. We can go to 60 floors at this time. But because I've actually used up all of my attempts in both of these towers, I am actually going to drop out. I'm going to keep her in there, but I'm going to drop out these guys. And with the reset, with the 24-hour reset, I'm going to have the ability to actually go through a couple other towers and make progression. But we just need to farm up some more essence, which again isn't going to be incredibly difficult to do. That is awesome. So pentagram to 150, again, giving us some more resources, giving us some more summons. And I'm kind of wondering how far we can push within the tower, guys. I am really wondering how far we can go within the rift, exactly what we can build out of there. And I think here we are stacked right there for the resources in the build, but that takes them to 160. Misty Valley, we still got to clean out the rest of that. So I'm going to hop in the rift, guys, and I'm going to let this run and see essentially what we can do with the levels we can make in the Rift, which is going to be awesome, guys. But we have our first ascended hero in there, which is really cool to see. So Ivan, of course, we're going to continue to use, put out some more resources on him, get a little bit more of a build. And then with the gold that we got, we can actually build these. Now, I am only utilizing these based on the factions. So right here is factionless gear, and a lot of players don't know this, but factionless gear is never going to be gear that I want to enchant or that I'm going to use. Even if I did enchant it, I would probably use it as food later on. So I would actually just take it and kind of kill it. I would eat it with another piece, because faction gear is what you want, guys. There will actually come a point where it's all about the faction gear and making sure and getting faction gear as we're going through progression, guys. But we're already into chapter 20. It's crazy, guys. 12 days in. Again, we're at chapter 20. I wanted to make sure that we got those summons in there. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let the Rift just run, see exactly how many floors we can get here. 12 days left, guys. We don't have much opportunity in here to get through a lot of this content, but I'm pretty sure that, again, we should be able to get through some of these floors. But all right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Daimon is finally there, and as always, thank you guys for watching.